Can. Shabbat, Shalom, Yasharala. All praises to the Most High by Hashem, Ashkawashai. The word of the Most High for giving Israel another Sabbath day where we can come together in holy convocation as per the commandments He gave us, that we should obey throughout our generations. We are located down here in South Florida. My name is Elder Lapalai. To my left is Captain Amawan. We are the Light of Zion located down here in South Florida. Okay. And today's service is going to go over the Crusades for Jerusalem. Crusades which were military-like endeavors undertaken by different ethnic groups that involve mostly the so-called Christians and the so-called Muslims to take our holy land into their possession. Colossians 3:17.
The book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 17. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of the other one, Yahushua, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by Him.
Right, whatever you do in word or deed, what is things you're discussing, make sure something you're doing, make sure it's all being said and done within the context of the scriptures, giving thanks always to the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua. Can. Let's go to Isaiah 42, verse 22. Got it?
The book of Isaiah, chapter 42, verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes.
Right, but this is a people robbed and spoiled. The people the Most High is referring to right here is the nation of Israel. We are a people robbed and spoiled. Robbed of our heritage. Spoiled is simply being robbed. Robbed of our heritage, nationality, culture, and also robbed of our homeland. Okay? And if you're not careful, you're being robbed of your chance for salvation. With all these doctrines that are out there right now. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes. What's a snare? A snare is a trap. You're trapped in holes, man. Like, hole, trying to get up, trying to get out of that hole, you can't come out. You can't. You have no way to climb up that ladder. And the whole is talking about the doctrines and philosophies and different obstacles that's in your way for your recovering what was robbed from you, like your heritage and nationality and all that. All those names they gave us, African Americans, colored, blacks, all those are snares. All those are holes we're trapped in. Because all those names given to us don't let us know where the Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. Okay, we were robbed of our nationality and trapped in the holes. Right?
And they are hid in prison houses.
Hid in prison houses. Not just physical prison houses, which are predominantly the prison houses consist of all people. So-called Negroes, West Indian, Puerto Ricans, Native Indians, Latinos. Yeah, trapped in the hood. Yeah, all that too. Because in hoods, that's where all the doctrines are preached. That's where they have all those different denominations of Christianity, different churches and all that on one block. That's another way of throwing people trapped in holes in prison houses. Right?
Therefore I pray, and none delivereth.
Therefore I pray, meaning what? We always have open season in us. Everyone is like we're walking around with a target on our backs, man. We see it every time we be shot down in the streets. We see the discrimination, systematic institutional racism and all that. Historically, all those they are for prey. All nations come to America, wherever we are anyway. Also be scattered around the four corners of the earth. It's like we're like a so-called minority amongst the different ethnic groups and races around the world. So we're for a prey. So they take advantage of us, man. And none delivereth. Nobody can deliver us. That's why it says in Revelation, Deuteronomy 28:68. And none can buy us. Meaning, none can redeem us. Only the Mashiach Yahushua can do that. Not any politicians, or activists and all that.
Therefore I pray, and none delivereth. For a spoil, and none saith restore.
For a spoil, and none saith restore. Not say what? What does restore mean? Make new again, right? Or to give back what was taken from you. Give back what was stolen from you. To restore or to bring it back to a state of wholeness. Yeah, it's a big talk going around right now. It is political season starting to brew about reparation and all that to restore us. But what we're going to focus on today, restore is making reference to our homeland, the land of Israel. And it's to restore that, because that was besides our heritage and nationality, we were also robbed of that land. Understand? We robbed of that land the moment we got kicked out of it. As a matter of fact, we were like homeborn slaves through various generations way back. We were basically, our land was occupied by strangers who were ruling over us. In particular, the last was the Romans, who destroyed our temple. We had to run up into the west coast of Africa and other parts of Africa and all over the world to avoid the slaughter that they were inflicting upon us. Okay, but then subsequent to that, various nations started because when we moved out of that land, various nations started vying for that land. And it started like with the Persians, like in 613 AD, the Persians took it over. Then after that, the Muslims took it over. And the Muslims also took over Jerusalem like in 637 AD. And the Muslims also took over Alexandria and all of Egypt, 641. And they took over Constantinople, this 700 something, 17 AD. So we see that when we got kicked out of that land, the land that got you got a question? Yeah.
It seems like you say, after we left Jerusalem, when the Romans kicked us out, it was like open season, target on our back.
Right.
Was us for a prey.
Right.
It was time, you know what I mean? Like in the open season.
Right. So we know the Romans were ruling like in 193 AD. We had that's when Israel started ruling again. 193 September Severus. 193 AD when it started from the 1,000-year rulership that Israel had along with the other dark nations. But back in the 7th century, then the Arabs they became a main force, and they actually took over our land, the land of Jerusalem in the 7th century, like 627 AD. So and they occupied the land for a while. They occupied the land for a long time. Then you know. Then you know there was a division between East and West. There was a division between East and West. You had the Christians were like up until they say the 11th century. The Christians were ruling on the West. Then the Muslims, along with even the dark nations, the Moors or whatever, and Israel were ruling part of what they call the Byzantine, during the Byzantine era. So the Christians now, they wanted to recap. Jerusalem was like, you know, a spot that all nations wanted. And that's because they identify that with that nation as an integral part of their religion. Understand? The Muslims wanted it, and the Christians wanted it. So, like in the 11th century to the late part of the 11th century, what do they call it? Wasn't it Pope? I'm gonna get his name right. Yeah, Pope Urban II. Understand? They got 1095 AD. He started rising up. Yeah, the Christians to say, you know, Jerusalem is very important to us. The Muslims are occupying it, but we need to get that land. So he put out some kind of a proclamation, or you know, to arouse the people, to take the land back from the Muslims by force. And it said so from the time from 1095 to 1099, they gathered like 60,000 Christians from various parts of their territories that they were ruling over to wage war against the Muslims to recapture Jerusalem. Because the Muslims also at that same time, they were different factions of the Muslim Empire. Understand? They were a stronghold in Egypt, and there was another stronghold of Muslims the Turkish in Turkey, in the portion in Turkey. I think they were called the Seljuk Turks, and then you have what they call the Caliphates in Egypt, and the Caliphates in Egypt, the Muslims in Egypt, they took over Jerusalem. Understand? It's like there were various cliques when they overall Muslim territory. You know what I'm saying? Just like over right now in the Middle East. Sometimes you have wars going on with different territories. You have different main groups within one country over there. So that was the same thing going on. So it got the division between the Muslims was so prominent that they were even trying to form an alliance with the Crusades, with the Christians, to fight against their own people. But the Christians said, "Hello, we're not going to do that." They say, "We're going to stand on our own, and we want Jerusalem for ourselves." Understand? So that's what that's what the first crusade, which is the so-called Holy War. That's the so-called Holy War. To recapture or to capture Jerusalem, to take it from the Muslims. And they did that. They went on that endeavor from 1095 to about 1099 AD. So that was on the late part of the 11th century, and they took Jerusalem. They marched down. They marched down from they came together at Constantinople. That's where they convened at.
So this was considered the first holy war.
They call it Crusades, right? Which were war initiated by the so-called Christians. Understand? To take Jerusalem from the Muslims who were occupying the land at that time. That took place in the late 11th century, 1095 to 1099 AD. Understand? And they succeeded. And they succeeded in capturing Jerusalem. And they captured various other states too, like Antioch and other states that the Muslims were occupying. And they captured those states and made it their own. You understand? And then they expanded, and the Muslims now, they lost Jerusalem, but over the next 50 years or so, they expanded. They were able to spread their religion amongst other people, and they also expanded. Understand? But then the Christians now also, yes, you say, yeah, we got Jerusalem, and we got proud, puffed up, say we ruling and all that. So they started expand, trying to push out, started expand. So there was a conflict. So the reason why the Christians held on to Jerusalem was because of the internal conflict between the Muslims, different factions of the Muslims. But then the Christians started pushing, trying to expand their borders, Then the Muslims said, you know what, this is too much. So they tried to expand their borders within the territories where the Muslims were occupying, outside of Jerusalem. So the Muslims said, yeah, you know what, this is too much. So they banded back together. This was like in 1146 AD. That was like what, less than 50 years, almost 50 years later. That was the start of the second so-called Crusades.